People don't think this is real when I do this. Coach Ward's full of hot baloney, right? He's just in here justifying why he does this and that, yeah, right? This is real flesh and blood, if you can't tell. This gentleman's name is Kendal Spurgin. Kendal Spurgin played with my son on the team that I coached, and Kendal Spurgin did not play on the first team until he was 14. I had many talks with Kendall's parents.
Just a couple.
And they weren't always the most delightful talks. However, they hung in there with us. Kendall went on to Geneva High School. He's my only all-state player I've ever coached in 25 years. He was 3-time All-Western Sun Conference. He was 3-time All-Area Selection by the Daily Herald, Kane County Chronicle, and the Aurora Beacon News. His senior year, he was team captain. He led GHS to 3 consecutive Western Sun titles, going undefeated in conference play all 3 years. As a 3-time regional champ, won sectionals in 07, was a runner-up a year later, and played for the Fox Valley Strikers. He was a part of the 91 Olympic Development Program. This is where it gets me, man. This makes it worth it sometimes. He noted that his parents was the most influential people in his life. He even said some old fart, some dude named Coach Ward, taught him a couple things. But I wanted to see that there's somebody real that fits the bill. And I'm going to turn it over to Kendall here and let him make any comments he wants to make. I haven't coached him. And I want you to ask questions too, if you've got questions. Because there's the real deal.
Well, it's quite an introduction. A little emotional right now. I'm Kendal Spurgin. I'm from Geneva. Started playing strikers when I was a U8, I believe. And I made the B team my first year. I was on it for the first couple of years, actually. And, at the time, it was a good level for me to be at. I definitely wasn't the best or the strongest player, but it was a good level. I was having fun. I was with kids that I enjoyed being with. And I was playing other sports, too. I was playing basketball and baseball, just being a kid. So like I said, I was on it for a couple of years. And then with the summer that I turned 11, family took a vacation to Europe, and it was the same time that the Euros were going on, which is the European Championships for soccer. And just seeing the passion that they had over there for the sport, it really stuck with me, and I just fell in love with it. When I got back, I decided that soccer was the sport that I really wanted to concentrate on and excel in. So I started working harder in practice. I was doing stuff outside of practice to get better. And my parents told me that I needed to go up and talk to Coach Ward to see what I needed to do to get on that A team. And he told me, just keep working on your first touch, work on your technical skills, and just keep working hard in practice and just bide your time, and your time will come. So I listened to him. I trusted him. And, I kept working for the next couple of years. And, I'm not going to lie, it was frustrating because I felt like I was an A-team player and I was stuck on the B team. And, my parents could tell I was getting frustrated, and, that's when they got involved, and they got on his case too. And then going into U14 year, something just clicked in me where the game just slowed down and it made sense to me. And I don't know, it just became easier. And I think Coach Ward realized that too, and he pulled me up to the A team. And the sense of accomplishment that I had, that I finally, reached my goal and I worked hard for it, it was incredible. And it inspired me for my next goal, which was to play Division I soccer. And honestly, I didn't think at the time that Strikers was a good enough club that I'd be exposed to D1 coaches. So I left and I tried out for Chicago Magic and I made the team, and it was not the experience that I was expecting. It was a very different environment. It was an environment that was win at all costs, regardless of the players. I was with kids that I wasn't friends with. I wasn't enjoying it, and I mean, it wasn't a good experience. They were pulling kids from other states to come play on our team so we could win tournaments and stuff, and it wasn't something I was having fun with or wanted to be a part of. So I left after 1 year, and I came back to Strikers, and it was honestly one of the best decisions I could have ever made. I was back with all of my best friends playing a game I loved, with coaches who cared about me, that wanted me to develop as a player and as a person. And they helped me accomplish my goal of playing at a Division I school. And I mean, I cannot say thank you enough to Coach Ward and the Strikers organization in general. I mean, they taught me how to work hard and how to find my goals and how to just put my head down and work for it and to reach it. And any questions from you guys?
Did you get recruited to play on the Olympic team, or do you try out for that?
I tried out for it. My Strikers coach at the time, it was when I was U17, it was Pete Watkins. He knew someone who was the coach for the ODP team, and they needed players, and he suggested I go and try out for it. So I went and tried out for it, and I made it. And that's actually how I met Eastern Illinois' coach.
You still playing?
Yeah, playing for Green and White. It's a men's team based out of Mount Prospect.
Yeah, Kendall's out, he's graduated.
Yeah, I just graduated this past May, I should say. Sorry.
Do you think the Olympic development team was important part of your experience, or overall?
I mean, yes, because that's how I met my coach. I mean, that's how I first met him. But Strikers does a phenomenal job of sending teams to showcase tournaments and getting their players exposed to college coaches, and just through the contacts that all the coaches have here. I mean, so yes, it was important, but I mean, it certainly wasn't. Yeah,
What's your profession right now?
I'm an accountant.
Very good.
Thank you.
Was that hard? Accounting in college at the same time in a sport?
It was, yeah. It was definitely a lot of work. I only played 3 years. I kind of got burnt out after my junior year. Wanted to have some fun and just focus on school. But yeah, D1 sports are a lot more intense. They take it's basically a full-time job. It's nothing but soccer and school. Anything else?
Did Ward have more hair then?
Maybe just a little bit.
I was good looking back then.
Another chance, anybody else? Oh, we got him? Good?
Thank you.